Alright, it's Jay today and Gwen tomorrow, and we're back with another adventure. So I figured I'd turn the camera on. Today is October 16th, 2025. It is currently 6:49. Car says it's 51 degrees. I think it's more like 41. But I could be wrong. Reason why I turned the camera on, I figured I'd bring you guys along on my journey to Shawano. I see that the leaves are starting to peak right now, more or less. And there's still quite a bit that needs it. I guess I shouldn't say peak. Some may be past, some may be in the beginning. Either way, the drive looks really cool for some of the leaves. It is quite early in the morning. I don't know what you guys are all going to be able to see, but I just figured I'd turn the camera on and show you guys. I don't even think the sun's up yet. In fact, I know it's not. And then from there, I got an oil change later on, so I'll be going to Appleton, and maybe we'll see some leaves over there too. So should be kind of cool. Well, there must have been a wreck there or something. All right. So like right here, you can see quite a bit of yellows, and this is the Beard Creek area. Just to think that all those leaves will be gone in probably another... By this time in November, I think all those leaves will be dropped. I would think so, but I don't know. I was listening to something on the news, and I don't know how accurate it is, because again, I'm not a meteorologist or anything, but they were saying that the leaves aren't really there's not a whole lot of color to the leaves in some areas, and they're just they're like going brown and then they're just dropping, which that sucks, you know. Yellows off over to the right. I have seen a lot more reds too, which is kind of cool. The further we go down 29. Now the car's saying 49 degrees. think I'm going to go up to this next exit, and I'm going to turn around and show you guys, and then come back to this back exit that we're just passing. Like, the sunrise this morning is going to be pretty awesome. Like, the way the sun is reflecting on the clouds right now, it looks so cool. But we'll admire this while we got the chance, and then we'll turn around and go back the other way. That is so cool. Wow. Look at these leaves. I love that view back there. Oh my gosh. You guys will see it shortly. Now these red trees right here look pretty cool. Red trees in between the green trees and the yellow trees and other trees. Let's go look at that sunrise behind us, or the reflection on the clouds at least. You can kind of see some of it up here in front of us. Look at over there. Look at those colors. Look at that off over to the... Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Well, we'll be backtracking just for a little bit and then going back the way that we were. Look at that. Look at those leaves. Oh, wow. Those colors are awesome. And then to get this kind of sky. Look at that. That is so cool. Wow. That is cool. So cool. I actually thought when I was leaving that I'd be past a sunrise, but this is so cool. Man, that is so beautiful. Here. God, I want to keep going east, but can't do it. But I want to. I mean, that looks so awesome. All right, that was the sunrise, kind of. Not really, because I didn't see the sun. But and now look at the clouds over here. They got that kind of same, not as cool looking, but kind of a pink hue thing. So. Let's look at some more colors now up here. See what all kinds of colors we get. Like those trees that kind of are like they're fade into, they're red up top and then they fade into that like green as it goes further down. That like there were some pictures or videos that I did a while back of like the trees that were at the Green Bay VA, and I feel like those are the same trees. I don't know what they are, but they are so cool looking. Some pink sky up here. Oh, looks, the sky behind us is starting to get a little bit brighter. Sun's about to pop up. Trees over to the left, a mixture of colors, the bright orange up top, yellow, still a little bit of green in there too, I think. around some of the fields. That's going to be interesting. I wonder as we get closer to Shawano if we'll see that. Because there's some fog back here off to the right. Now it says it's 46 degrees out. Across the top of the lake. Or the pond, I should say. Oh, and the sun is up now back behind us. As you can see, the reflection from the signs. It's going to be a bright one back there for those people going that way. Holy cow. It's just a big old yellow sign there off to the right. Couldn't even see it until I got like right on it. I should really Google how many heads of corn are on a one corn stalk. Is it just one piece of corn, or is there like multiple heads of corn? I think I would know that, but I guess I'm drawing a blank. Because if there's one head of corn on one corn stalk, that takes up so much space. The corn that you see along the roads over here, that's all going towards feed. I don't think it would be used for human consumption. where I saw it at, but there were some trees that off over to, it was somewhere off over to the right where there was like a whole row of like red trees, which was really cool. Oh, look at that. A little bit of fog grazing the pond. There's a red tree over there to the left hiding behind the pine trees. Looks pretty cool. And the sun's really making the trees pop now. Look at that. Really cool looking tree to the right. There you go. Look in front of us. Look at all those reds up there. That's cool. Like Doc's has their Doc's Harley Davidson has some Halloween stuff out. Got a little skeleton next to the sign. Actually, it's quite a big skeleton. they look. Especially the red and oranges are really cool looking. Like paintings, like with the colors and stuff. It looks like they were painted. So crazy how cool the colors are here, but then you go out west and you got all those aspen trees that are out there and it's just bright yellow, like almost golden, where here you have a mix of like the red, the yellow, the oranges, some of the greens. I think they're both out west end here are beautiful. These stand out really cool because you have that red mixed in, or orange, but they're both pretty cool to see. So now we're getting even more color. Look at these colors up here. Look at that. red tree welcomes us to Shawano. That's cool. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but that looks really neat. Look at these colors. Wow. Especially the red one right there to the right. That is really cool. Right. So we got a little bit more daylight out now, so maybe we'll see some more colors, just a little bit. Look at those colors over around the Wolf River. Some reds there. Look at that. Those colors. That's pretty cool. There's some oranges right there off to the left. Oh wow, look at that. Some more reds. cool colors over here. Squirrel looks so weird. It's like almost a white, that was the weirdest looking squirrel. That was the one off to the left back there. It was just so weird. Just driving around Shawano now to see some of the leaf changing over here. There's a really cool tree up there, that red one. You see up the road. Let's go down some of these side streets to see some of them over here now. Some squirrels playing. Look at the color on that tree. Holy cow, that is so cool. Still green at the bottom, but red at top. Oh, look at that one too. That's really cool. Some of them look like the leaves have already fallen on a lot of them. Got a couple houses back there that were decorated up pretty decent for Halloween. Some yellow. Look at those colors. That's cool. Another house decorated up. Cool colors there. Look at that. yellows and oranges. Now I get to see the leaves going the other way. Look at that tree, man. That tree with the red leaves there is so cool looking. Really sticks out. Two semis. Okay, don't stop or anything. What the heck? I feel like they moved the barrels over. Those barrels weren't like that yesterday. I wonder why they moved them over like that. I guess technically I should have stopped off that ramp, but I thought that guy was stopping, considering that semi was cruising. I really wonder why the barrels are over so far. here too looks pretty cool. Side of like all those trees over to the right. Like, that is so cool. So I didn't see that coming the other way. That's really neat. Look at that. That is really neat. Look at those colors. That is so cool. A mixture of everything. Green, yellow, red, brown, orange. Everything's in there. We're on 29 East too, for those that aren't familiar with the area. So 29 East will run all the way from Green Bay, Wisconsin, out to Wausau. Then you jump on 5139, I think, and then you can catch 29 to go towards Chippewa Falls, so forth and so on. So, but basically it was a 29 strip between Green Bay and Shawano, Wisconsin. So. pay attention, so. But looks like they catch the fish right there in Superior, off of, or Lake Superior there. Whitefish, walleye, lake trout, and lake herring. And I'm suspecting they're transporting it to local restaurants, maybe. Alright. I gotta get out of this lane. There's people behind me sitting and waiting to pass. Go ahead now. You go. You go, yeah, people. You go. to the right. Even that like ground cover looks pretty cool too, with the different shades of like yellow, red, orange, green, light green, neon green. since I have a little bit of time, is the GPS is always telling me to turn up here on 32, I believe is what it is, if I remember correctly. And that will run to Pulaski, so I'm going to take that way. And it's like 10 minutes slower than the normal way. But what the heck? Maybe there's some colors over there too that we can enjoy. Oh yeah, over to the, I didn't even realize that, but over to the left is where all those trees are that were red. I've never been this way that we're taking either. I've never been to Pulaski. Never really had a reason to go there. But let's go check it out since we're out here anyway. See how the GPS routes us. And go from there. Why not, is what I say. Why not? Let's go this way. That's a long ways from the highway. Holy cow. 4 miles. Watch for low flying planes. Must do skydiving or something, or spraying crops probably over here. Look at those colored trees look pretty cool. Super runs. Must be a grocery store. Let's see any leaf changing out here. So we just went through Pulaski, and now we're gonna make our way back to Green Bay. Oh yeah, some of those leaves way over there look pretty cool off to the right. They're way out there. is like way off over to the right. Hi. So in about 3.8 miles, we'll be jumping up on US 41. Flintville, Uncorporated. You better be careful, kitten. And these houses out here are getting really fancy. Over here to the left, and a bunch of colors over to the right. New zoo. We haven't been there in a while. Huh. That's interesting. I think every time we've been to that zoo, the animals have always been sleeping. So you pay all this money to go to the zoo, and the animals sleeping. Then you don't get to see any of the animals. jumping on 41 up here to head back towards Green Bay. Green Bay. Shawano River. ahead. Might be on the bridge, I'm suspecting, up there. Gonna push everybody over one lane, or have it down to one lane. Right lane closed ahead, half a mile. Yep. I kind of figured that's what was going to happen. They had that going on the other day too, so 55 miles an hour. Well, at least it's 129 and not 430. Here Michigan says, nope, I'm staying in that lane. I'm just going to be cool like that. Wait till the last minute to get over. Oh, they're moving barrels right now. You never want to be the first one to get over, but it's almost tempted. Wow, the car behind us actually beat us to it. He's already over in that lane. I don't know, okay, well, Michigan's going over. Now that car's going to pass me. Now I'm getting over. Michigan's going slow now. Michigan's going slow. What? Can't hear you. Yeah, I didn't realize this, but my car just hit 60,000 miles for 2024. 60,000 miles, 60,009 miles. Holy cow. That's like 30,000 miles a year. But we're not even done with 2025, and I bought this in April of 2024. So, wow. Quite the mileage.
You can also press and hold the mic button on your steering wheel to ask me anything.
I'm telling you, like the random stuff that the car talks about, like when I'm on camera, like I didn't even ask for that. Like, why are you? Oh my God, that's crazy. So anyway, making my way over to Appleton. Figured I'd bring you guys along. Just looking at the Leafs and stuff, and maybe I'll leave the camera. I got an oil change is why I'm going to Appleton, which is about 38 miles, or actually 37 miles from here, 38 minutes from where I'm currently at. So maybe I'll leave the camera on in the car while they're doing the oil change, because I'm pretty sure they're going to try to sell me something anyway. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? You never know. So... yeah. seeing any, like, here's some red trees coming up right now, right over here to the right. I was thinking there'd be more colors, to be honest, but I mean, I'm not being picky. I mean, this is, I love the red trees there. That's cool. Jaguar. Almost reminds me of a Waymo, Mr. Waymo. The driverless cars that San Francisco had, which was really interesting. That would probably never happen up here in the Midwest. I think it'd be kind of cool, but I don't think there'd be a need for it. I'd be down for it, but... on the highway going down to Appleton, I don't know what we're going to see. Huh. The GPS is telling me to take Wisconsin in 25 miles. And if that's the case, then that means that exit is open. I would be surprised if that exit was open. That exit was closed for quite some time. So I guess this is going to be interesting. Hey, kudos if it is open. That'd be great. I don't think it is, though. I don't even remember the last time I've driven down here. I think the last time would have been... it would have been coming back from Chicago with Gwen. But we were going the other way. We were coming back from Chicago, so... and that was like less than a month ago. So, probably more like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Enforcement zone. That's the first time I saw that. So they're enforcing. That's interesting. I've never seen that. Well, I guess they've talked about it on the news, but I've never seen a sign for it over here. So that's the first time I've seen a sign that they're basically checking radar by the sky. That's interesting. I've seen it in other states, but not over here. Look at those colors. follow trucks leaving. Friday, 11 p.m. to something. Must be getting ready to take out maybe a portion of the bridge. Building's coming along really quick.
was like, what the heck, man? Like, and I thought that guy was gonna come a little quicker. I guess I could have slowed down, but coming home should be fun. It'll be right in the midst of rush hour, I'm pretty sure. I just really don't believe Wisconsin Avenue's open. So I guess I would be shocked to see that. It would be nice. Definitely would be nice. Not many trees to see neither, I noticed. I was like looking, and I mean, there's quite a, I mean, there's a couple, but I mean, nothing like 29, obviously. Looks like it's almost done. I say that, but then you get underneath and it's all wood. Oh no, it's got a lot more to do. Don't listen to me on that one. There's quite a bit of work to still do on that. I don't even think you can cross it. To the other side. Okay, so this is all new, and there's no way Wisconsin's open, I would think. This is interesting. I don't know if they replaced this bridge or not. I don't remember. Probably not. That concrete over there looks like it's like a foot thick. Oh, this bridge is open back up. That's interesting. At least it looked like it. Oh yeah, that's cool. There's no way that Wisconsin's open. I would be stunned if it was. They're working on the bridge here. That's cool. This is kind of shocking. I did not think this would be back open yet. Brand new asphalt, it looks like. Look at this. This is some craziness. Huh. Had no idea that this was even open. That is cool. That guy went, I'm gonna go too, I guess. Actually, everybody's going back there, and it's got a red light. We got a green light.